with sapphires and emeralds and precious stones. Thy walls and towers and battlements with pure gold. And the streets of Jerusalem shall be paved with beryl and carbuncle and stones of Ophir. And all her streets shall say, Hallelujah. And they shall praise him, saying, Blessed be Yahweh, which have extolled it forever.
Revelation chapter 21, verse 18. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. Shalom Yasharala, peace Israel. Kahalayim la alahayenawa, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakak. All praises to our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakak. Double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and blessing to the elect of Israel. Shalom. Job chapter 36, verse 7. He withdraweth not his eyes from the righteous, but with kings are they on the throne. Yeah, he doth establish them forever, and they are exalted. Psalms chapter 122 and verse 4. Beginning at verse 3. Jerusalem is built as a city that's compact together. Whither the tribes go up, the tribes of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. But there are set thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. This is a big thing, man, because we are a part of power that we can't fully comprehend right now. We are a part of something that's beyond this world, beyond this earthly realm, but it's going to be established on this earthly realm, on this earth. Okay? Because as it tells us in the Lord's Prayer, on earth as it is in heaven. Yes, our kingdom will be on the earth, but the order, the prestige and the honor, the majesty, but beginning with the order, that's coming from the heavens. And along with that, the glory. Okay? So what we're a part of is well worth it, man. Okay? It's more than worth it.
But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to our younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutations to the hopeful leg out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful leg, the believers, the listeners who may have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right. And what I want to get into today, the 10 horns, all right, and the whore, all right, and just delve into some prophecy dealing with the things that we see happening in real time, All right, because it's we're, you know, commissioned, all right, by Yahweh Bashim Shai to be occupied in prophecy, man. Because prophecy will be how we gauge how close we are to Yahweh Shai. And seeing what's going on real time with prophecy, okay, seeing where we at with it, we know, all right, that we are down to years in this kingdom. Okay, might be this year, next year, the year after, or a year or two after that. But at the end of the day, we're here. Okay, like El Apostle Tahar said, we down to months. Okay, whether it's 6 months, all right, 18 months, 24 months. But at the end of the day, this is how close we are. All right, because looking at what this devil is doing real time, there's no way that he can keep going this way for decades. Okay, there's drastic change that's coming to the earth. All right, these nations, all right, war drums are beating. Okay, the economy, they're close to collapsing this global economy to bring, all right, and usher in a new economy. Okay, they're tampering with this AI, okay, which is going to be, the new infrastructure, okay, this society is going to go digital. Okay, the money system is going to go digital. Everything is going to go digital. Okay, with the oversight of AI. All right, and you're going to have their device, their C-HIP, to, all right, participate in this new beast system that they're bringing to the earth. Okay, so everything is happening that needs to happen. All right, for these things to come to pass right before the coming of Yahushua. Okay, so let's go here. Let's post these real quick. I got a couple videos I want to play. All right, dealing with what's happening with America and the EU. Which that relationship, all right, is within prophecy. Okay, the dynamic of the 10 horns, those EU nations, and the whore, which is America. Well, that dynamic, and they're falling out, is a part of prophecy. Okay, now this is the book of 2nd Esdras 15:1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord." You see, because we're here to speak prophecy, man. As Apostle Paul, what he say, covet, to prophesy. Okay, because that's the main topic of the ministry is prophecy. As we teach Yahushua, we teach Yahushua in prophecy, man. What he's coming to do. That's one of the main topics that we speak on when Yahushua is his second coming. As his first coming, it was prophesied, and our people anticipated his first coming. Okay, but how much more the second coming, which is going to end our captivities forever. Okay, and put down all wickedness forever, man. Okay. 2nd Esdras 15:2 says, "And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." Okay, so these are the things that we should be tapped into, which is the Bible, the paper that these prophecies, are written in for us in this day, transferred from scrolls, okay, in the Hebrew, to the Bible we have today. There will eventually be, in the English, and now different, you got different translations of the English, okay, but it's the same message. All right, now the KJV, was the most closest to, the Hebrew texture, that retains its substance. Okay, but at the end of the day, the Spirit guides us through the understanding of these things, man. And they're faithful and true. And this is what we look for, man. We look for the Lord to make good on his promises, man. Okay, everything that's written. Okay, going back to the patience and faith, of the saints. Okay, now as of late, things have shifted gears. Okay, ever since this guy Trump, has been in office, the puppet, all right, of the elites, things have really gone into another direction. All right, things are moving faster. Big moves are being made, because under the Biden presidency, it was kind of docile, boring, just a freak show. Okay, you really didn't see Biden make Biden was really like a non-actor when it came to foreign policy. These nations were pretty much, just hey, you had all these wars popping up, and America really wasn't, a big player, in these foreign affairs in the earth. They supply weaponry and, they did little things, behind the scenes, but America really wasn't, a big player in the things that was going on, in foreign affairs as much, but now you have Trump, and this guy, all right, that main character syndrome, we see America getting back in the mix. Okay. The American government is getting in the mix of things. All right. And when you just study how this man infrastructure, from his military to his money, it's very tacky, man. The way that this man has this rulership set up, it's extremely tacky, man. The so-called white man is highly overrated. Okay, he runs a very overcomplicated, grimy infrastructure, man, in every sector of his society. Okay, and when you really, as we really get to study this man, the spirit got us investigating this man. It's like, man, this is some tacky shit that he got thrown together called a rulership, man. Okay, we're gonna go into a few of these things now. This is Sirach 19 and 22. It says the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither any time the counsel of sinners prudence, man. Okay, so this man doesn't rule with true wisdom. He rules with left hand deception. Now his ability to deceive, all right, which that's his gift, is deception. As the scriptures say, he's more subtle than any beast of the field. All right, well, he's more, crafty than any heathen when it comes to wickedness, man. But true wisdom, this man doesn't have it, man. Okay, he's been given, insight. All right, and the Lord has used this man to bring forth certain, technology, to tap into certain technology. All right, for the sake of prophecy, man. Okay, but the day-to-day functioning of this man's kingdom is very tacky, man. Okay, and what we're seeing that this thing is unraveling from the seams. Okay, and the Lord is causing this thing to unravel because it was never meant to stand. All right, and now we're seeing these devils, become greatly divided on all levels, man. Okay, and it's going to end, okay, and this man, all right, destroying his own empire, and Yahweh Shai coming to finish the devil off. Okay, so I want to get this video real quick. So you have this narrative now, all right, dealing with, I know you brothers and sisters been hearing a lot with Trump and what he's been doing, in Ukraine. Okay, and just to get us up to speed. So under the Biden administration, all right, Zelensky, all right, the president of Ukraine, was made to be like a hero. That was fighting the bad bully, Russia. Okay, so he was looked at as, a hero. They had him all over here, all in the video. And the niggas at the Grammys, at the Oscars, they was hyping him up. What you call the PR, public relations, team. So they put the PR team behind him and made him like a global hero, for standing up to the bully of Russia. Okay, which he did everything but stand. All right, Russia has beaten Ukraine to his knees. Okay, has beaten the flag off Ukraine. All right, and on the Biden, this guy was looked at as a hero. Now on the Trump, okay, which when you go into what they use Ukraine for, all right, just bag up a little bit. Ukraine was used in the attempt to weaken Russia militarily. They knew that Ukraine couldn't beat Russia, but they wanted Ukraine to weaken Russia militarily by making them use resources and men, okay, and also to try to exhaust Russia's economy, okay, and get frustration going on within the population of Russia, okay, and Ukraine was used as a shield for those EU nations, okay, and as this Ukraine project has failed terribly, all right, now Trump, he taking the stance of, well, look, Zelensky, this is your fault, and now they want to make a deal with Russia, and you got Trump saying, look, we need some of that money back that we spent, all right, in this war, so we just going to take raw earth minerals, okay, from Ukraine. Okay, that's why you got, the in the talks, a peace deal, a peace agreement that's going to be had between Russia and America. Okay, which at the end of the day, you know, had the elder brother Shaman, all right, out in the main camp, you know, he goes into, you know, there's certain, you know, meetings that everyone's not invited to. Okay, so there's certain meetings that Trump and Russia, Trump and Putin are in, and Zelensky not in those meetings. Okay, there's certain meetings that Elon, okay, and other tech guys are in that Putin and Trump not in them meetings. Okay, and it goes all the way up into the elites. Okay, so we see, you know, certain things happening because these different characters that we see, some of them, all right, have more of the play than others. Okay, and as we see, Zelensky is being cut out the deal. Okay, and these talks between Putin, all right, and Trump, you know, we can see, you know, some headlining, you know, peace agreements coming out of this. You know, we'll see. Okay, but what's happening is these EU nations are looking at Trump as a traitor. Like, wait a minute, Russia's the bad guy, Zelensky's a good guy. You know, when Trump was like, nah, this nigga was tripping. We can work something out with Russia. You know, where America gets something out of it, and the hell with you EU nations. You know, pretty much. All right, the hell with what you niggas talking about. You see? So Trump is picking up where he left off his first 4 years, you know, from 2016 to 2020, when he was shitting on the EU back then. You know, so he's coming back with that same okay agenda. All right, America first, the hell with the EU, and the hell with how American decisions affect the EU economy, okay, or EU national security, as long as America can get something out the deal, okay. And we're seeing America being isolated, and we're seeing the 10 horns beginning to hate the whore, as it prophesied in Revelation 17, okay. So let's play this, you know, then we'll get some prophecy, all right, and we'll go to the next video of Radazai.
Now, Vladimir Zelensky got a brutal blow. We're talking not about the Russians. The American president has questioned the legitimacy of the Ukrainian president. Trump called Zelensky a dictator. Our next story takes a look at how a comedian who became a president and a wartime hero is now feeling increasingly isolated. Take a look.
Volodymyr Zelensky's rise from a comedian to the president of Ukraine is nothing short of a soap opera.
Это новое лицо.
In 2019, he won a landslide victory, promising to tackle corruption and bring unity. But in 2022, his leadership was tested. Russia launched a full-scale invasion. A political outsider turned into a wartime leader. Refusing to flee Kyiv, he stood firm, delivering defiant speeches that inspired not just Ukrainians, but the world.
Захисникам, слава нашим захисницям. Слава Україні!
Zelensky became the face of resistance, his words echoing through European parliaments.
We defeated Russia in the battle for minds of the world.
The US Congress, and global summits.
This is only about us.
Western leaders applauded him as his country fought back harder than anyone expected. But now the tide is shifting. The war drags on. Ukraine is battered and its biggest backer, the United States, is recalibrating. Washington, once his staunchest ally, is now inching closer to Moscow, and President Donald Trump is calling Zelensky a dictator.
He was really good at was playing Joe Biden like a fiddle. He played him like a fiddle. That's an expression we use, Yasser, to say that he's pretty easy, pretty easy. A dictator without elections. Zelensky better move fast or he's not going to have a country left. Got to move fast because...
Well, things are really moving thick and fast for Zelensky. He is getting increasingly frustrated after being left out when American and Russian foreign ministers sat across the table to decide the fate of his country. Zelensky is now accusing Trump of being trapped in Russian disinformation.
Unfortunately, President Trump, with great respect for him as a leader of the people, which we respect very much, the American people who constantly support us, unfortunately lives in this disinformation space.
We're helping Europe. We're trying to help Europe.
Trump accuses Zelensky of profiting from the US gravy train and avoiding wartime elections in Ukraine, while Washington tries to end the war with Russia. Trump is increasingly becoming hostile towards Zelensky as he moves closer to Russian President Vladimir Putin. On the other hand, Europeans are stunned by Washington's diplomatic moves, bypassing them. British PM Keir Starmer would meet Trump next week to placate him, but the most crucial meeting in the next 10 days would be one between Trump and Putin. Bureau Report WION, World is One.
For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
All right, so you can see, that guy Zelensky, he was a damn actor, anyway. And see, the elites use these certain guys, these certain political leaders, they all. All right, so they use, these certain characters, as presidents, prime ministers, or whatever, and they use them to push an agenda. Now, once they're done with you and they're on to the next phase, they throw you on the bus and they move on with the rest of their agenda. Okay. And that's what we see happening with Zelensky. He was used, as a project to try to weaken Russia. All right. It didn't work, like they wanted it to. And at the end of the day, the end game was always to get, Ukraine, in those raw earth minerals. Okay. Because a lot of those minerals are used, for military purposes, man. Okay, for military manufacturing. All right. So now, he's been used for his purpose. Now he's been placed as incompetent. All right. Now we're seeing the deal. All right. Being made by the big boys. All right. And they're just going to get little guy out the way. Okay. And these EU nations, all right, a lot of them are weak. Those EU nations, they talk as if, they have, this strength, which they don't. And we're going to go to Scott Ritter, and he's going to go on a rant, to show, all right, that these EU nations, have become very watered down. Okay. And we're going to get that in prophecy as well. So you go here to Revelation, all right, 17, and I'll read from 18. I like to read backwards, because it kind of go in chronological order. Well, you read Revelation 17 and 18, and the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Okay. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. And this is America. Okay. And America has authority over these EU nations. That's why they're able to make decisions on behalf of these EU nations without the EU nations being there. Okay, Trump is what you call moving unilateral. It's this phrase they use in geopolitics called unilateral movement. All right, when one nation, all right, makes a move, okay, by itself, but it has an effect on other nations. Okay. So let's go to it real quick. So let's get the definition. So you get this definition for unilateral. Okay. All right, so you get unilateral. It says of an action or decision performed by affecting only one person, group, or country involved in a particular situation without, all right, the agreement of another or others. Okay, so what you see, with Trump, America makes a lot of unilateral moves, on the Trump, to where they make decisions that benefit America only. All right, and decisions that they don't counsel, okay, with any other nation before they make these decisions. They just do it. Okay, and what we're seeing here is that Trump leapfrog over all those EU nations, including Ukraine, which is not part of the EU. Okay, and it's not part of the NATO. All right, but it has ties, with those EU nations. So you see, Trump jump over, all right, all of Europe, and go to making deals directly with Russia that's going to benefit America, okay, positively. They're able to get those raw earth minerals. They're able to get some type of deal with those raw earth minerals, and it's going to have a negative effect on Russia, okay, because negative effect on the EU because it's going to empower Russia. And we can see a deal where they give Ukraine to Russia, man. And that's another thing too. They're zoning off these certain regions of the earth, for this new EU, all right, infrastructure. Okay, because this new world order infrastructure, so like, because this new world order, this thing, they plan on changing a lot of things, man. The way governments run, the way money runs, the way um, your social life is, working, you know, and also just the way that they're going to divide these lands, as they talk about these 10, regions, okay, of the earth. You see, this new world order is going to be carved up into 10 regions, so that plays a factor too, So we're watching all these things play out, okay. And you go back to Revelation 17:17, said, for the Most High have put in their hearts or the minds to fulfill His will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, unto the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. So these nations, decided, to give their kingdom unto the beast. As they, after World War II, and America was made, the American dollar began to be the world reserve currency, and these nations began to peg their currency to this American dollar, which started out backed by gold, but it was snatched off that gold standard, and America, used the position, okay, of being the world reserve currency, not backed by anything, to being able to print all this money that's not backed by nothing, which America was able to, have a military budget like no other because it was able to just print money out of nothing. It began to run a debt-based system, okay, in these nations, and their currency was pegged to the dollar, okay. They became subject, okay, to American economy, man. And American, as American economy became stronger, its military became stronger, and it began to dwarf, okay, all these EU nations, man. Okay, America is their little brother, all right, that never stopped growing. Okay, that never stopped getting rich, never stopped getting stronger, man. Okay, so reading on, because this is going to be the end results of everything we see happening. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, okay, which is the EU, these shall hate the whore, which is America, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, man, because those nukes are going to strip this place naked, man. Okay, the elements shall melt with fervent heat, along with Russia, okay, and other nations under Russia is going to shoot nukes on America and strip this place of everything, man. It's going to be naked, no buildings, no infrastructure, no nothing. All right, this place is going to be bare, a desert. Okay, so let's go from there. Let's segue to this video here. All right, so we're going. This guy Scott Ritter, he's going to go on a rant. He's just going to talk about the EU bad. And we're going to go into prophecy and what this is explained. Okay, so let's go here. All right, we're going to let him go. And he's going to speak about the EU, because the EU been fussing and huffing and puffing about, Trump's latest move, because he's going against the status quo with you guys Zelensky. Okay, so let's let him go, and we'll come back, with more prophecy, man. Okay.
Economies in the world, and the G7, hardly any of those people could qualify. And think about it. Great Britain's economy, non-qualifying. The French economy, the German economy, nope. The Italian economy, nope. Europe doesn't have a functioning economy. I mean, yeah, it's there, but it's not a world leading. This isn't the G7 is no longer the elites that sit down. The Indians are sitting there chewing their meal, going, waving at the Europeans, going, how do you guys like that? We're up here in first class. How's that? You're not even in business class, are you? Yeah, that's right. Economy. The Russians are living large right now. Europe's nothing. They're finished. It's hasta luego. Goodbye. Europe is pathetic. Europe is weak. Europe is nothing, but they can't admit it because they fooled themselves into believing there's something, and they're not. Everything about her exudes artificiality, hypocrisy. But she's a nobody. That's all Europe is. It's economy class, not even the good economy class, where you pay a little bit extra moon, you get the extra knee space. They're back in the real bad economy class where we're all crammed in. That's all they rate. And soon they're just going to be baggage. They don't even get a seat. So you make the mistake of believing they actually care about Ukraine or trying to do the right thing by Ukraine. They condemned 1 million Ukrainians to die. That's what they did. They did it because they have a artificial understanding of Europe's role in the world. They think Europe's a player. Europe's not a player. Peace through strength. Well, good luck with the strength part. I mean, that's like, me going to the gym with a young Arnold Schwarzenegger and bragging about how strong we are as a team. Strength, baby, strength. We're so strong. And then Schwarzenegger leaves, and I'm left there looking at the weight room going, and everybody's like, where's that strength now, Ritter? I lost Schwarzenegger. Europe only has strength when America's involved. We are the strength. We are the only strong partner out there. No one else in Europe has any strength, any measurable strength. And so why do they keep talking about it? I mean, Europe can't pony up. They don't have anything to put on the table. They don't have any viable military force. None. NATO is a fake entity, a paper tiger, artificiality. It only works with America. We not only have to be the glue that holds it all together, but once we put it all together, we then have to bring in the Schwarzenegger-like character to be the real strength, because Europe is just a pathetic old man who can't lift weights anymore, like me. So I don't know why we keep playing her, and I don't know why we keep playing Collis, and I don't know why we keep playing any of these European officials. They don't matter. The only people in Europe that matter are national leaders. But the national leaders that have subordinated themselves to Europe have made themselves irrelevant, like Olaf Scholz. Look at the panic of Scholz right now. I have to declare a national emergency now. Why? Because America's not backing us up. Oh, you've decided you want to be a sovereign nation state now, a national emergency, because you realize that Europe is fake. And America's not there to hold your hand. And wait till he finds out we're pulling out 20,000 troops. I mean, I think that's the number. It might be more. Because we're just done with Europe. Europe is a failed experiment. We're not talking about Russia attacking Poland. We're talking about Poland threatening Russia by initiating offensive military operations that they don't have the ability to do. So no, nobody's a threat to Russia. And that's the reality. And because Russia knows this, Russia's not overreacting. Russia's done what is necessary to strengthen its borders because Finland and Sweden joined NATO. Russia has to respond. That's why they have 70,000 troops in the new St. Petersburg military district. So they solved that problem. They reinforced Kaliningrad as necessary. They reinforced up in the Kola Peninsula as necessary. They've given Belarus nuclear weapons and Oreshnik. Again, come on, Poland, really bring it on. Nothing that Lukashenko would like to anymore than to go fire, release the Oreshnik and let 9 Belarus Oreshniks fire into Poland and kill everything it touches. There's not a single European nation that threatens Russia. There's not a collection of European nations that threaten Russia. Poland's nothing. Nothing. Literally nothing. What are they going to do? Invade? Poland will do nothing. Nobody in Europe will do anything. They can't. I, again, ask people to take a look at the true state of affairs of the Polish military. They may have a lot of soldiers, but now try and take those soldiers, organize them in a fashion where they can project power in an offensive strike, thrusting deep through Belarus, through Ukraine to actually threaten Russia. Imagine the logistics problems that are created by that, lines of communication. Then imagine them trying to survive as the Russians, destroy their entire logistical infrastructure in Poland with long-range strike missiles that Poland doesn't have a defense against, destroys the Polish Air Force in place, destroys Polish command and control, destroys the Polish energy infrastructure, and isolates and annihilates every one of the troops that got extended forward. The entire Polish army would be destroyed. That's the true reality of NATO. It's a joke, it's a farce, it's fake. And now you have the Europeans talking about creating a European army. With what command structure? How is that going to work? Are the French going to subordinate themselves to the Poles? Because the Poles say, we're a frontline state. We have to be in command. You think Germans are going to let the Polish command German troops? It isn't going to happen. America commands because we kicked everybody's ass. We were large and in charge. But when we withdraw, the British, what moral authority do the British have? How many troops they could bring? They used to have the British Army on the Rhine, 90 to 100,000 strong. Not anymore. Now they can't even fill up a soccer stadium. So the British are going to be in charge. The Poles, no one's going to listen to the Poles. The French, they've got nothing. They can't bring anything. The Germans, they're confused. There's going to be an election coming up, in March? And AfD may win. And when that happens, God help Europe. Because you think J.D. Vance, put a turd in the punch bowl with his speech in Munich? Wait till AfD says, yeah, we're out of the European Union. And then now Sikorsky's great plan for a Europe. There will be no more Europe. Germany withdraws from the European Union. It's dead. It's gone. Finished.
If you're insured by any of these.
Damn. My boy had nothing good to say. Yeah, damn, Scott. Yeah, man. So this is what we had with an EU a joke. And they relied on America's economy and the American military, and they pretty much benefited, off the strength of America. Okay, we're going to get that. But just real quick, just to show a map of what it looks like over there in the EU. Okay, so you have Russia right here in the blue. Okay, and what we see, Ukraine here. Now imagine if Ukraine is given into Russia. So now Russia is extended deeper into Europe. They're right there on the border of Poland. All right, which Poland is nothing. Okay, what's out of Poland? Germany. Okay, out of Germany, French. Okay, and then you got the French. You got this little body of water. You got the United Kingdom. All right, with Britain. London. Okay, so Ukraine was supposed to be, a human shield for these European nations, but that's failed. And Belarus, which is pro-Russian, has Russian nuclear weapons, hypersonic nuclear weapons posted in it. Okay, so Poland, Germany, all these nations, all right, are, minutes, some even single digits. all right, from these hypersonic weapons that Russia has in Belarus. Okay, they'll be in Poland in 5 minutes. All right, in Germany and France, okay, 7 to 12 minutes. Okay, so what Scott Ritter is going into, like, look, now France and Germany have nuclear weapons, okay, but they can't stand up against the onslaught that Russia can deliver. Okay, they're absolutely no challenge. All right, all together, Europe may have a million troops all together. Okay, Russia is at 2.5 million. Okay, just troops. Okay, so where we at with it? All right, the EU, has become weakened. Okay, it's more of a like I say, a paper tiger, than anything. Okay, and when you go, all right, the prophecy. Let's go here. All right. It goes into these things. All right, so you go back to Daniel. Let's go to Daniel 2. Okay, Nebuchadnezzar had the dream of a statue. Okay, and that statue is another gauge to show where we're at in prophecy. Now, let's go to Daniel 2 and 31. Okay, as Daniel, was going into these things, the Spirit was on him to break these things down for King Nebuchadnezzar. It says, "Thou, O King, sawest and behold a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. The image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver." All right, and that fine gold, his head was the Syrian Babylonian Empire. And says his breast and his arms of silver, which are the Medo-Persian Empire, his belly and his thighs of brass, okay, which were the Greeks, okay, the Greek Empire under Alexander, okay. Then, it went to his 4 generals. It was split up amongst his 4 generals. And then it says his legs of iron, his feet, okay, his legs of iron is the Roman Empire, pagan Rome, okay. And then you go down to his feet, part of iron and part of clay. You see the feet of iron and clay represents, all right, the EU and America power structure of the day, EU, America, and NATO. Okay. So when you keep going, this is the end of the statue. And remember, the feet represents the end of a man. Okay. Remember, Jacob held what? The heel of Esau. So as we're at the heel of this statue, what do you see happening, man? The Lord raising up, all right, the kingdom of Jacob, okay, which Yahweh Shai is going to usher in, okay. But you have the house of David being raised up, okay. Have the heel, okay, of Esau, man. So in the heel of this kingdom, of this statue, Esau, Edom, will be ruling, all right. He represents the end of the age of the heathens being in power, okay. Verse 34 says, "Thou sawest till a stone, all right, was cut out without hands," and this is Yahweh Shai, all right, and the stone being cut out without hands is a power that's not of this world. Okay, Yahweh Shai is coming with a power that's not of this world. Okay, not made with hands of this age, without the the workforce, the labor of this age can come up with this power Yahweh Shai coming with. Okay, which smote the image. Okay, the image. You see, going with the image of the beast, that will be in power, which will be pagan Rome. Okay, the return of Yahweh Shai. It said, "which smote the image upon his feet, that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces," man. So Yahweh Shai is going to come and scatter this place, man. Scatter this whore. Okay, this EU. All right, all these heathens, man. We're beginning with the beast. Okay. It said, "Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces." All these heathens, okay, because all these heathens are still, okay, have some type of authority under Esau to this day. Okay, with Elam, the Assyrians, okay, the Medes. You see, all these nations, today, in their own, capacity, have authority under Esau, Edom. Okay, and they're going to be destroyed. All right, Greco-Rome is alive and well. Okay, which that is Esau, Edom. So this statue, okay, is going to be shattered, which means that the rulerships of the earth of all these heathens are going to be shattered, man. Okay, he said broken to pieces together and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them, and the stone that smote the image became a great mountain. Okay, that's Yahweh Shah, becoming a great government. Okay, those joint heirs, 144,000, that governing body, that's going to be that great mountain Yahweh Shah is going to establish. And it says, and it filled the whole earth, which means that the influence and authority of that government is going to cover the earth, man. Okay, you see, and those nukes are going to turn this kingdom into chaff. All right, like a summer threshing floor, and the wind that those nukes, man. Okay, and also the chariot. Okay, now you jump down to verse 40. Okay, and it starts with the fourth kingdom, which is Rome. Okay, this is Daniel 2:40. It says, and the fourth kingdom shall be as strong as iron. All right, pagan Rome, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall they break in pieces and bruise. Okay, because pagan Rome was a powerhouse. Okay, but pagan Rome fell. But then you had a Renaissance. Okay, and the Renaissance is where you get to the 10 toes of this kingdom. All right, and it says, and whereas I saw the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, and we're seeing the division more and more. Okay, especially with these latest, foreign policies that America is taking up, the unilateral movements that America is on. Okay, because under Biden, America was playing team ball, but under Trump, America dropping solo album, man. Okay, and the whore, she's in Beyonce mode, man. Okay, the hell with Michelle and Kelly. Okay, it says, but there shall be in it of the strength of iron, and America is their strength of iron. Going back to the Roman Empire, man. For as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay, okay, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and a part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken, man. And this is what Scott Ritter was going into. Now you have a few EU nations that because the EU economy has been suffering, a lot lately. It's been going down these last few years, and due to the decisions of America, these sanctions on Russia really affected the EU economy, man. Okay, and Russia has been thriving. Okay, but militarily and economically, EU really ain't got too much to offer, man. Okay, as far as dealing with superpowers. Okay, because you got like India, economically and militarily. Okay, China economically, militarily, Russia economically, militarily, and Iran is, they there. Iran can shake something. Okay, like Iran don't stand a chance against. These EU nations don't stand a chance against Iran. Okay, so the EU is not what they used to be. You had those ancient empire, the British Empire, which we're going to get into that, Lord will, later on this evening, me and the brother. All right, but the British Empire was once, that guy. Okay, the French, they had a reign. The Spanish. Okay, but not that power. Okay, has been transferred into America, man. Okay, and the elite bankers have invested a lot into this American power structure, man. Militarily and economically, man, to weaken the nations. You see, but we're seeing the EU, okay, is partly strong, and mainly their strength comes from America, and partly broken, man. Okay, and it says, and where thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, in America not what it used to be. Okay, and they're going to find that out the hard way. And where thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. They shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. Okay, which we know these devils have colonized the earth. Okay, you look at the world is carved up amongst these EU nations. This beast system. French. The British. Okay, the Spanish. All right, in America, they have assets. And all throughout the earth. The British. For the longest have had. Has been pretty much the overlords of India. Okay, South Africa. The French. In America have been. All throughout. Different parts of Africa. Okay. In the Isles. Different Isles. And the Caribbeans. And see all these. EU nations. Okay. When you look at, you can look at a map and look at the colonization of Europe throughout the world, in America, and they pretty much covered everything, man. It says, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. Okay, as we see, all right. Now, there's an uproar, against all these, EU meddling, okay, with these foreign governments, man. You see, the South Africa, you had an uproar. You had, different African nations want to overthrow these French puppets, that was in power. Okay. And now we're seeing there's an uproar against this devil, man. Because this devil, like I said, he's not normal. He's not meant to be here. So he doesn't mesh with anybody. Okay. So just as, and it comes to the same ending. All right. We get to verse 44, it says, and in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. Okay. And we're part of that kingdom that's being set up. This is what we have to understand. Like, this is what we had in prophecy. The Lord didn't wake us up, okay, to look cute on the internet. Okay, to post a Hebrew wedding, okay, or a dance off, with the turban on. Okay, no, the Lord is raising up a kingdom in this kingdom. You see, He raised us up, all right, because the times that we're in, you see, we've been raised up for these times, as the Lord has it says. And in the days of these kings, which we're in the days of these kings, NATO, EU, and America, okay, shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom, and we're that kingdom being set up. Matter of fact, let's get that in Psalms. We'll get that in Psalms. I think it's 51. No, Psalms 50. I won't say it's Psalms 50. It's Psalms 50 and 21. It says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silent. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself. And this is the Most High addressing Esau, even the wicked. All right, because the devil for the longest has been able to push propaganda, lie about who we were, lie about who he was, demonize us, through the earth, while glorifying himself. Okay, as the chosen, as the righteous, as a standard, okay, that should be followed in the earth. Okay, and the Lord has allowed this man, to run amok. Okay, but as we see now, this place, everything is unraveling, man. Okay, so this devil in his mind, he was never going to be stopped. Okay, and he thought the Most High was just in agreement with his madness forever. Nah, man. Okay, and this is what we are with it now. But I will reprove thee Okay, so we're seeing the devil being reproved and set them in order before thine eyes. Okay, but the elect of Israel are being set in order, and that's the Lord setting up a kingdom in this kingdom. Okay, because it's not going to be another rulership in between the fall of this beast system and these heathens. Okay, and the rulership of Israel, man. Okay, so going back into it, Daniel 2:44 says, in the days of these kings shall the Most High, the power of heaven, set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever and ever, man. And this is where we at, man. Okay, and these things are happening in real time. Okay, there's not going to be, no drawn out thing for decades and centuries. No, we're here. Okay, we're here. All right, prophecy has brought us to this moment. Okay, and we're at the door. Okay, this thing. All right, so that's the point. All right, and Lord will you brothers and you sisters edified once again. I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.